Okay. Well. Test, 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 test. All right. Okay. Hopefully, if this magic works, you will be able to hear me and see me. If I could only get the camera properly centered, eh? That would be a good start. All right. Let's see. Hi, Twilight Mango. Hello there. Call me Mike. Hello, Mike. No, Mikkel. Sorry. Hello, Mikkel. How's it going? This is a hell of a day, isn't it? Right. Let's check a few things here. You need a new window. Bring that over there. Now, thank you, Twilight Mango. Appreciate the audio check. Glad you can hear me fine. Now, I am going to wait for Chris to join us. So I just need to send a few messages here on Discord. So you're going to hear my very loud keyboard. Give me 1 sec here. Okay, that one and that one. What we're going to do, if this works, is we're going to... Lena, how are you? Guten Abend. And you've still got your... I just realised you've still got the spanner next to your name, so you're still a moderator on the channel from the community relief last year. That's awesome. So welcome, Lena. You should be studying, but you can. The puzzle's awesome. What a couple of days it's been trying to understand the puzzle and watching people. I don't know if I was. I'm sure lots of people working in parallel, but I clocked that it was a Grand Prix cipher, which appeals to me because, hey, Avelina Grand Prix. But I couldn't do them all. When it was converting is it katakana, the Japanese symbols, into English, there was quite a few funny translations. Obviously very literal translations from AI and other stuff. And I'm sure people who had Japanese-speaking friends made quicker progress. But it's been a great couple of days unpicking some of these puzzles. Good evening, Nova. How are you? Good to see you. Now, my timeline is full of... Wow, right, there's so much to watch. So I'm logged in here into YouTube with our... Chris, how's it going, mate? Ah, you're in the chat. I see you. You're in the voice chat even. So the question is... So hold on, everyone, while we sort out the logistics here. Chris, can you hear me in the Discord chat? You are currently muted, my friend. All right, let's wait for Chris to bring his audio in. But look at this YouTube feed. Right, what have we got? We've got Ubisoft, Premiere, PlayStation. I've got a video, Jawraptor, Ubis. Who are now? We've got some questions there. Digital Foundry, nope. Xbox, Assassin's Creed series. That's fast work. And the reloads. Jawraptor, PlayStation, that's other stuff. Access the Animus. I will probably watch that one back later as well. And then a trailer break. Oh man, we've got a lot to watch. And hey, let's watch it all together. Lena says, I've only looked at the stuff people have been doing. I'm not very good at puzzles. They make me angry because I can't solve them. I'm fine. Thanks, Nova. I'm doing well. Let's see where Chris is. Chris, can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can see voice activity though on your line. So what's going on there? Okay, Chris, say something again.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yay, there he is. Right. So, just speak again, Chris. I need to check the audio levels here for your audio.
Hello, everyone. How you doing?
Right, that's it.
Can you
Just
hear me?
say speak again.
Alright, guys. How you doing?
That's it. Got you, mate. You're in there. So the trick is I've got to balance my microphone volume feed with the desktop audio feed that comes from you. But I think it's good. So what we'll do now, if we do that, then we've got our chat, our video call as well. Is that going to work? Hello, mate. You're live to the nation. Oh, why's my camera stopped working? Technology, man. And now I can't hear you again. What's going on? Let's change that to there. Let's do that there. Just give me another line there, Chris. All right, tell you what we'll do. We will remove that scene and do that. Okay, Chris, give me some audio.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Okay, you're back. Good, good. So, I haven't watched anything. I haven't even checked socials. I'm kind of nervous, if I'm honest. You know, I want it to be good. I want it to work. My camera is completely not working. Why is that? Very strange. I'll do one more thing. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Window capture. Nah, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. So let's turn that off. All right. I am so nervous. Stupid, isn't it? Should we go for it?
That's good, man. Yeah, go for it.
All right. Here we go.
Who are you? Who do you serve?
All I have ever known in my life. Our land. Our customs.
Can't hear anything.
My family.
Got no audio.
Burns in the name of unification.
It's okay. It's playing on the stream, all right?
You are still a frog
Yes,
in
on
a
the
well
stream, yeah.
who knows nothing of the sea. The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river. Greed. Power. Vengeance.
And you? Will you continue down that river? Or choose another path beyond what we see?
And we must look for it together. We must learn to trust, rebuild.
And follow the blade.
Okay, interesting.
I said, who do you serve?
It is Lena. Hello, Rice.
We are the shadows.
That serve the light.
Well. Okay. Chris, thoughts?
Love it, man. Love it.
Ooh, that's
And-
interesting. So they're working
Oh,
together.
and there it is. That blade, man.
Yeah. It's like the pivot blade.
Yep.
So that's your thing, you know? That's your thing.
Yep. I was absolutely screaming.
Right, so...
So yeah, I know
already-
you said you hadn't seen it yet, obviously, and you hadn't checked any socials or anything like that. But I have put out a post about the pivot blade. So
Let's take
yeah,
a
we
look.
link to that.
Let's do it live. Let's check... oh my god. What the hell
Let me
is
just
going-
get the link.
What's going on? Let's check...
Where can I put it? I'll put it in the cave.
Did it come from... Wait a minute. I gotta search for... Nope. I gotta search for... Where are you? I know you will have tagged me in it somewhere.
I put it in the other chat on Discord.
Okay, hold on. Which chat?
Not on Discord.
I don't see it. I'll scroll through your... Ah, cool.
I've retweeted a lot of stuff.
Nice. She can also extrude the second portion, so she has a dual-wield weapon. Nice. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And we've
One question. Let's go back to... so, Yasuke, fine. How do we pronounce her name?
not actually sure. Is it Neo?
That's what I'm wondering.
Sorry.
Is it Naoi?
Noe.
Naoi?
Noe.
Does anyone here speak Japanese?
Yeah, I've not actually heard anyone say it, so I'm not
No.
entirely sure.
No. But this is very interesting. So they're working together. I wondered if they might work against each other.
Yeah.
All right. The problem with Yasuke, as the only black man in Japan, is he's not going to be able to blend in very well. As the little girl here who reacted to seeing him on the street. He's gonna, yeah, that was quite funny. So she brings him into the Brotherhood, perhaps?
Possibly, yeah. I'll send you something else.
Yeah. Right, that's a good point, Lena. Oh, Twilight Mango says I said it right. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. Was it right? I'm not sure which one I said was correct, though, Mango. Was it Naui? So Lena says they uploaded another video. That's right. Let's go and watch that other video. That's the...
So the grappling hook as well.
All right.
And have a little bit of information for yous.
Mm-hmm.
From courtesy of Ubisoft creators. So the grappling hook for Naue, if that's how you pronounce it, this is a new tool, very useful for stealth. It allows her to climb over walls that you cannot climb with Yatsuki or without the hook. It offers different paths for Naue, finding hook points in the game. She can navigate much faster in the open world. So
Okay. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the something that was in Horizon Forbidden West, where
right.
there are certain points where Aloy can throw her pullcaster to pull her up to different heights or climb different walls. What I'm wondering is, for each mission, do you sort of open opportunities with one character to let the other character move forward, or can you replay each mission from different routes, or do you get to choose? Right, this time I'm going to do like the direct approach with the samurai, or I'm going to do the indirect approach, with the shinobi.
I really don't know. It could really go any way at this point. It could even just be like Syndicate. Who knows?
Yeah. All right, let's watch this 4-minute breakdown of the characters.
You cannot really mix them together.
Oops, it's already playing. Let's rewind. Here we go.
With our dual protagonists, we have two fantasy, the samurai and the shinobi. We want the player to experience both, and we cannot squeeze both fantasy into one character because samurai and shinobi came from a different social class. They have different lives, so we cannot really mix them together.
The historical character of Yasuke presented a really exciting opportunity for the narrative team. We approached it in the same way that so much of the work is done in Assassin's Creed, which is really in terms of research and history first. Not a lot is known about him, but what we do know, is that he arrived in Japan in 1579, right when our game starts. And that he had relationships with some of the most interesting people in our setting, like Oda Nobunaga, the Portuguese, and Jesuits, which made it very sort of tantalizing and enticing from a narrative perspective to come in and start weaving these facts with story in between.
The more we read about the character, the more he was inspiring for us. He's a foreigner discovering Japan, and we thought it's the perfect fit because he's discovering Japan and you are discovering Japan also.
And on the flip side, we have Naue, who comes from the province of Iga, which is a remote mountainous area.
Naue. So it's like Naue. All right. Cool.
Fiercely independent, known as the birthplace of shinobi. So they're very contrasting perspectives that really expose a lot of different sides and facets of the era.
When Oda came, he completely destroyed Iga. You have Yasuke and Oda that coming to destroy the shinobi. So it can kind of create this interesting tension between two characters.
We were able to connect her to the province of Iga and the legendary Igan shinobi historical figure, Fujibayashi Nagato, who's her father in the game. So we understand why she has the skills that she has and the values that she learns from her father in the people of Iga, which are valor, benevolence, and wisdom. And as a young person still at the start of the game, we get to see now we acquire even more of that wisdom as the story unfolds.
And if you ask anybody, it's super clear that samurai will be combat heavy and a shinobi will be stealth heavy. It creates this distinction right away. Yasuke can fight.
That looks incredible.
His stature, like he's a big guy. He can break door. He can fight multiple enemies. He can break armor. Compared to Naue, like her character and their outfit, it's really about being stealth, being unseen. She's the only one with the hidden blade, so they have clear advantage that put them into the stealth and the combat, even if they can do a bit of both.
They're a really great pair together because
Yeah, it
on
looks really
one
good.
side we have Naue, who's very intense and passionate and determined woman who
Yeah,
is
Nova.
very
My God.
set on her goals.
So
She's kind of got her heart on her sleeve, and she'll
That
say
shot
what
of
she
her
feels in
pulling
the
up
heat
her
of the
hood.
moment, and this intensity
Very reminiscent of
that she
Amunet.
brings as a shinobi, but
Yeah.
that she also brings to her relationship. And this balances very well with Yasuke, who is sort of a thoughtful, level head to Naue's fiery passion. We really thought about somebody like Yasuke historically, who was able to come to Japan and have the life that he did there, to enter service for Oda Nobunaga and achieve all of the things that he did. Like, what kind of person would go through all of this? So our Yasuke is very intelligent, thoughtful, and respectful of this culture that he encounters, and that makes him a very nice sort of counterpart to Naue. He's a bit mysterious as well, and that's something we get to see unfold as the game progresses.
Oh, I need that wallpaper. Okay. Very interesting. So, different stories, different, obviously, outlooks on Japanese life. There's no point looking at the YouTube comments. That's a waste of time. All right.
Yeah. Interesting.
So, what have you spotted so far in the last couple of hours then, Chris? What's everyone talking about?
Oh, everything. I don't even know where to begin, to be honest with you. I thought I was on mute there.
No, I can hear you, mate. I can hear you.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, man. I mean, lots going on. Did you see? I'll send you over some screenshots as well.
Nova,
Actual
it is going to be a
screenshots.
very long wait. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, I know. I almost feel like I hadn't seen it now, but obviously I have to.
Let's all right, so Chris is going to send me some links here. Let's open these up, and
I
let's
can
take a
already
look.
tell. Like, I feel like this is going to. I'm going to end up liking this more than AC3 at one point. I can feel it.
That's bold, my friend.
I know.
That is bold.
It's coming for the crown, I know it.
All right, let's see. So, 2 protagonists, 2 ideologies, experience 2 paths through this unsettled land. Let's have a look at these screenshots. So, she's got... It reminds me of Evie Fry's cane sword.
Yeah. I can't actually remember what they're called.
And it's got
It's
a
like
little
a
hook on it. It's like a hook
hatchet
blade.
thing. Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's
And
cool.
it's obviously got the chain and ball on it as well. So I
Okay.
feel like you're going to be able to pull off some crazy moves with that thing.
Oh, God, they look cool.
Like swinging it about and kicking it up and hitting somebody in the head with the ball.
It's
God.
just fascinating that they're showing them side by side. This is great. This is great. He's going to hit hard, isn't he? With that huge mace he's carrying.
Yeah.
I know this is just... I mean, I doubt these are screenshots that have then been touched up. I assume these are custom created renders, but I can't wait to see what these locations look like.
Yeah.
Yes, Nova says it's going to be a very long wait. Yeah, what are we thinking? November 15th, 6 months? I'm okay. I have other games. It's all right.
Yeah, I know, there's plenty of stuff to do. So, and I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
there's a few games coming out in between here now and then.
Man, I've got
As
so
well.
much on my backlog as well. I'll be all right for gaming for a while. I'm
But I know
annoyed
this will
that I
take a
can't
while.
make the camera work because I was hoping that we were going to overlay our chat and have a chat on the screen, but we'll do it like this just with our voices. It's fine. Lena says, I love how this is all set up. You'd expect the character traits to be different, but it's the other way around. Yeah, that's interesting. That's a good point, Lena. That's a good point.
Yeah.
She's the more maybe impetuous one or whatever. Maybe she gets into some trouble and Yasuke at times has to sort of bail her out by knocking his way through doors or whatever. Let's have another look at this blade. Yeah, there's a buckle or a mechanism there, which is...
So it takes place in, is it Iga province? Iga?
Yeah,
you
that's
pronounce
that's what they said. So
And
now
apparently that is apparently the birthplace of the shinobi. So
oh, really? Interesting.
yeah, it's a real place in Japan, and it's in the
Okay.
mountains. So
Do you know one thing I've spotted, and maybe this is just a normal sort of type of armor, but the leg armor there, which is like the metal plates, that reminds me of Mizu and her armor on her legs and arms. So she's got throwing knives,
yeah,
she's got throwing stars, she's got a sort of a hook blade cane sword, and then she's got a, is that a full length katana or a short, what do they call it? Is it a tanto? I'm not sure. She's got the chain, she's got what I guess are smoke bombs, the red pouches hanging from her waist. Oh, man. And more throwing knives. Jesus.
it's funny. See if it comes down to it that it's like a choice where you can choose either character for pretty much every mission. I know for a fact I'm going to end up using her for the majority of the game.
I will
Just
too.
because that's
I
my
mean,
playstyle.
Yep.
I'll end up playing the game multiple times, and like the second time I play it, I'll use them both equally or something like that. But
yeah.
She's my type of character.
Oh, I always. I mean, like we said when we were talking about Ghost of Tsushima. Yes, loads of stealth tools and options, but I always chose the melee route because it was just so much fun. But I will always choose the stealth route here because this looks amazing. Trained as a shinobi assassin, Noe Fujibayashi sets out to travel through Japan on a quest for revenge. Okay. Oh, this is cool. All right, what else have we got in terms of... We got a 13-minute trailer breakdown. I think I'll watch that later rather than boring everyone while I just sit there watching the screen. So what's everyone else thinking? Nova says, I can't wait to get photos. Yep, absolutely. I am hoping for a photo mode bump because Ubisoft's has been the same now for really since Odyssey. But...
I think they kind of have to at this point.
Yeah.
Well,
This
there'll
is
be a
very
lot of
cool.
unhappy people out there.
And photo mode is just such a great way to promote the game. Let's. I'm just gonna scrub through this and see what. I'm sure the fan artists are already at work.
Oh yeah.
So that's Dad, who is Fujibayashi Nagato. I made note of that. I am interested to see what kind of visual uplift the game will get as well over Mirage and Valhalla.
Yeah. Apparently there's dogs in it. I think one of the pre-order bonus is a mission, like it usually is, and the picture for it is I think the shinobi character with like holding the dog on a leash.
Interesting. All right.
Something. I actually need to look at it again. I only just seen it briefly.
That's awesome. That's a great image.
But like I said, this is made by Quebec, and it's going to be another RPG game, so there's going to be a lot to it.
Yep.
And
These
I mean,
are...
was that the longest trailer cinematic?
3:48.
Pretty long. Because I kept expecting it to end, and then it just kept going. when I
There was
first
quite
watched them.
quite a few break points, wasn't there, where they could have
Yeah.
just stopped it and left us sort of waiting. I do like the design of these Carracks here. This is looking very good. Did they research there?
And the bit with the harbour like made me instantly think, what is there going to be ship combat? But yeah, there's probably not going to be.
No, I don't need it if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
And if
They'll
it is
probably have
Go on,
just
mate.
the wee boats, the rowing boats type thing,
Yeah,
just to maybe
Yeah.
get up and down the coast a bit quicker or something.
it's a good point. It's a good point. Letty says, nobody asks for this, but here are their names in Japanese. Naoe
no,
and
that's
Yasuke.
perfect.
No, this is great because I need to... Can I copy and paste this text? Will this work?
Yeah.
'Cause I want to make a note of this for
Same.
future things, you know?
Thanks, Letty.
So, yeah, Letty, this is great. We need this stuff because, well, I don't speak any Japanese. So, oh, yeah, great. I can copy and paste that. That's awesome. Thank you, Letty. So that's Naoe and Yasuke. Nova says, I'm so glad it's made by them, Idor Odyssey. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's going to be well polished and feel nice and fluid, I think, just like Odyssey.
Obviously, the I wonder if firearms will feature in the gameplay. You know, there'll be moments because your firearm always beats a sword. So will you have to plan your approach around soldiers armed with? They would have been not muskets, arquebuses, I think. Early
I
form
wouldn't
of,
mind if if some enemies have rifles or guns or whatever, but for the protagonist, I wouldn't really want them to have a gun unless it's like. I would actually quite like the Ezio's pistol and the hidden blade. Quite enjoyed that. So, and that obviously takes long to reload, stuff like that. So that's okay.
Or it might be a nice balance if you can pick up a gun, you fire it, but then you discard it because you don't know how to reload it or something. So you maybe.
Oh, actually, they do have rifles. I'm looking at it now. I didn't even realise. Yeah.
All right. Tatum says, seems you have to wait for gameplay until June. Yeah, I guess at UB Forward we'll see a lot more.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting to see something more then.
Yeah. Man, this trailer is so well designed and produced. You know that phrase, every frame a painting? Look at this frame here with Yasuke coming out of the mist. This is great. All right, let's scrub it forward a bit, see what's going on.
Yeah, and that bit as well, when he spins round with his sword and like cuts like 12 of them in a circle.
Yes.
That was
Yes.
pretty crazy.
I'd love to know how they make these because they're not. I guess they're motion capture, but they're not live action. There is like an animation-y kind of rendered overlay almost. I'd love to know how they make them.
And see, the thing is, a lot of people bag on cinematic trailers because it's not gameplay. But I don't know, I've always really enjoyed a cinematic trailer from Ubisoft. They always do that first before they show you gameplay anyway. And I like it because it might not show you gameplay, but it definitely gives you a sense of atmosphere or story.
That's right.
And sometimes both, so like this definitely does. So.
Oh, gotcha. And the Mirage trailer was awesome. Him running through the market, you know, all the rest of it. That was great. Like you say, it sets the tone and makes you sort of think about what's coming. I wonder what that says. Does anyone read Japanese? Be interesting to know what's on the note.
Yep, I'm sure someone's already on that.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I do like the wink. That's very cool.
But that's like all the code breaking stuff, man. Like as soon as I seen it, I was like, I'm not even gonna try, man. Like,
Nope.
This isn't my domain.
That's right. Here we go. Here's the infiltration. Okay, we need to zoom and enhance here. Right, let's stop that. Let's change the playback speed to half, and let's have a look at this. Ah, that's the bit of her pivot blade. See if I can pause it. So you see that claw, that metal claw that's gripping onto that beam there. I think that's what we see. You took a good picture of it. I wonder if that's that on her pivot blade. Might not be, because it's not quite the same shape, but I wonder if it is. But anyway.
Oh, I love it. That was
it's a different
one
shape,
of the things.
Different shape.
Before we knew anything about the game, like one of the things at the top of my wish list for the game was to have a grappling hook.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. And then the fact that they had this pivot blade at the end, I was like nearly on the floor. I was like, oh my gosh, this game was made for me.
Yep. Tatum says it's crazy we've had to wait this long for a setting. Yeah. I'm old, so I love CG trailers and cutscenes. I love it too. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, Ubisoft do them the best. Let's be honest. If Ubisoft can do anything, it's make a trailer.
And then the throwing stars there. She's throwing them at the target. So she can do a double assassination, I guess, with blade and... Is it Tanto, the short blade?
Yeah. Love it.
And then she's got a longer sword as well. So I would guess that she's going to play more like Basim.
Yeah.
You can do melee combat, absolutely, but you've got to be quite precise. You don't have a lot of health or very little hit points, whatever you want to call it. So you'll have, if you get into trouble, also a bit like Arno in Unity, if you get into trouble, you're probably going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah, you need to either fight through it or drop a smoke bomb and run or something.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting.
Except that's the two differences between the two characters that I think I'll really enjoy that.
Yep. And it might be that she's just faster. She runs faster and attacks faster. You know, he's a bit of a slower but heavier hitting guy. Now, this was interesting. The one that she threw the throwing stars at, it looks like he pulls them out of himself and then runs away. So are they more like a stun weapon?
Or that could be one more of an armored guy. Like
yeah, could be.
One of the stronger bad guys.
Yeah.
And he can take more damage or whatever. Or can't be basically assassinated or something. And that's
That's a good point.
But who knows?
The armor and the headpieces are amazing. All right, gotta rewind that bit. This is too much fun. So I wonder. So we can do kills with the hidden blade. I wonder how that'll expose itself in melee. Will there be certain timing or certain opportunities, or like a stun meter, where once you've filled it, you can go in for a killing shot. It'd be interesting to see how the melee combat evolves.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see Yasuke fuck some shit up. Look at the size.
He's a big lad.
That feels like, the old Spartan kick from Odyssey, just knocking him straight through the door. He's having a good time. Oof. Yep. What you said earlier is it whatever it's going to be like Syndicate or Syndicate's. I always liked Syndicate's, hand to hand or melee combat. It was kind of like a dance. It had a beat to it. Odyssey's combat was really fast and fluid, and I'm looking
So
forward
I've
to
got
seeing
a
this as
little
well.
bit more information for you. So dynamic world and destruction. Both characters can destroy a large amount of props in the game, while Yasuke can break through the Soji doors. Neo can assassinate people through them.
Nice.
So yeah, they might like the paper sliding doors.
Okay.
Pretty cool. I always like a bit of destructibility in my games.
Yep. Look at this. All right. Oh man. 6 months.
I know.
So here's my question, because maybe you've been given some more information. What's the sort of in fact, let's go to the website. Assassin's Creed. I like how it auto fills the wiki first. Anyway, watch the trailer. I wonder what editions we can get. That's what I'm interested to see.
Oh right, well, there is like the Mega Edition or whatever it is, and it's got all sorts of stuff on it. It's got like 12 things in it. And Adam, our boy, already bought it. It was his birthday today, and he's
nice.
pre-ordered it already, and I think it costs like over 200 quid.
So what do we got? We've got standard edition, gold base, pre-order bonus, season pass. So the season pass will be the DLCs, 3 days early access. Ultimate pack.
Ultimate. In fact, right, I'll send you.
Sekiryu character pack. The Sekiryu Beast trinkets. Skill points. So there will still be skill points. The red dragon filter in Photom. Oh, for God's sakes, bastards. Okay, so there's 3 editions, but is there a physical edition? Ultimate edition.
Let me send you this picture.
Yep.
There we go. This is the thing, you got the collector's edition.
Okay, one sec.
And I'm sure that must come with a disc.
Oh, it's got statues. Oh,
yeah, that's the one that's like over 200.
Don't do this to me. Oh, it's got a map. I love a map. Don't do
I
this
know,
to
I
me,
love
man.
maps too. Yeah,
So-
I had to refrain. I can't get it. I can't afford that stuff right now. My present to myself was the symphony, so
That's fair enough. And you've got a long journey and all the rest of it as well.
yeah, no, flights. and
There's Nova on Twitter. Hello, Nova. You're famous.
So yeah,
You know-
a lot of stuff in that.
The only collector's edition I've ever bought was the. I'm going to quickly look it up so I can show you. Was the Horizon Forbidden West one, which is fantastic. It comes with. It comes in that huge box, but it comes with an incredible. Not sure if I'll show it here. Here you go. It comes with a Tremor Tusk statue, which is fantastic. And it's the only one I've ever bought. Yeah. Yes, Nova, you're famous. You're sulking until your other half buys me the ultimate. Okay, well, other half, Mr. or Mrs.
Same.
Nova, buy the special edition. I've never bought a collector's edition of Assassin's Creed, but I'm quite tempted because this is a special.
I've never done it either, and this is the one I would want it for, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
All right, Jesus, don't do this to me. Okay, so what else can we learn? So it's next gen only, which we kind of expected, because
Yeah,
Mirage was going to be
expected
the
that.
last of the cross gen. Shouldn't say next gen. These consoles are 4 years old now. Current gen. Oh, that's interesting. Macs with Apple Silicon can play the game. So it's an Epic Games or Ubisoft store. I mean, who buys games through Epic Games? Come on. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right. Menu Creed.
Yeah, and
Rises.
I'm happy they went with November, even though I would like it sooner. But I'm away in October, and I thought, oh, it's going to end up happening. I'm going to end up going away, and and it's going to release, and I'm not going to be able to play it. But yeah, November, I think that's perfect time.
Understood. So apparently Mr. Nova is laughing now. That means we're on loudspeaker. So wherever Nova is watching the stream. So honestly, Nova is awesome. She's a bit of a legend. I think she deserves the collector's edition. Birthday, Christmas, anniversary, whatever. And honestly, if she doesn't get it, the whole internet's going to be pissed. How was that? Was that all right, Nova? Did we get the message across there? Okay, good. This is interesting.
Dynamic weather.
Yeah. I wonder, will the weather sort of change your approach or change your opportunities?
I have seen something rumblings about like storms rolling in and stuff like that. So yeah, I think like probably like fog could probably roll in, a storm maybe, things like that. But I'm not entirely sure. I mean, but that picture there clearly shows snow.
That's it. So we've had for years, haven't we, different biomes. So in Odyssey, actually Origins as well. I mean, Origins was always sunny, but you had fixed biomes. Odyssey had certain biomes that were colder and warmer. Valhalla had, the snowy north, different seasons, but those biomes were fixed. So if it was snowy in the north of England, it was always snowy. I wonder by this picture, we're going to have fully dynamic.
Yeah, it looks like it, and that's exciting.
Yeah, I wonder what that'll mean though for the passing of time. Are we going to be sort of strictly following a calendar and dated events, or is it just very much like, to be honest, like with Odyssey and Valhalla, you had a starting year on the screen and then that was it. There was kind of no more passage of time.
Yeah, and I wonder how it would actually work in real time. Like, would it just start snowing and then it just gradually builds up on the ground? I don't know. Or would it... See, I honestly have no idea how this would work.
Yeah. All right, let's look at the next.
Excited.
Oh, God. I really am. Become a shinobi assassin. Let's just get rid of that. Quick-witted and agile Naui. Use noise, light, and shadows. Again, I'm hoping we get some tools, a bit like Basim, noise makers, sleep darts, different things. Evade detection. Do you know what will be fun? I don't know if you've played it, but the Chronicles game, Chronicles China. Now, of course, that's quite different because it's sort of 2D or 2.5D, but there are different specific shaded hiding spots, and it would be kind of nice if there were sort of specific shadowed areas where you could almost disappear and be invisible to guards, which aren't
like Splinter Cell.
I haven't played it, so
that sounds exactly like Splinter Cell, which was a Ubisoft game.
Okay.
And I mean, it was the best rated by many people, not just myself, the best stealth game. So I mean, I wonder if they've dipped back into that pool of ideas and brought it into Assassin's Creed, because that would be really nice.
That would be cool. I mean, you've got these bushes down here in this little garden. You could imagine crouching, as we've been able to do for years. But wouldn't it be cool if you could, over here by these pots, there's a shaded corner and you can sort of disappear into the shadows to evade detection.
That'd be great.
Nova says, thank you guys, that was perfect. Excellent. Obviously, Nova will be checking in regularly to see if there's been a delivery.
Did they buy it? Did they buy it yet? Did they buy it yet?
Yeah, has he bought it yet? Buy it, do it. Lena says, I've heard that enemies hide inside when it rains. All right. This is cool. So enemies respond to their changing surroundings. It'd be kind of fun if when it snows, the snow dampens your footsteps. So it sort of reduces your audio detection range or stuff like that. Distract guards, losing... Now, I know this word from Ghost of Tsushima, so that's the throwing knives. Is a shuriken, is that like the throwing star?
Yeah.
Okay, smoke bombs, yep. Infiltrate with bases. Okay, very good. I just love that headdress. Jesus. As the charismatic samurai Yasuke, strike your foes with brutal. He hasn't bought it yet. Unbelievable. Honestly, Nova. Unbelievable. Use his combat-oriented skill. Yep. Block, parry. Master the vast arsenal. Katana. What's a... Okay, I do have a soft spot for a Naginata. I just think they're cool. But what's a kanabo? What's a kanabo? Let's do a quick...
That might be the axe thing with the hook.
Oh, it's a spiked or studded war club. That's what we see in the trailer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the thing that he's holding there.
Okay, all right. Let's go back. Okay. Information is your weapon. Travel the world, explore and scout your surroundings. Okay, this I like. Build your network of spies to unveil new areas. Along the way, recruit allies with highly... Okay, you have my interest now. Is it more of a dynamic world where you can pick up information? Is it a bit of a throwback to AC1 where you had to do a certain number of investigations to... And Mirage as well, you know, you had to do the investigations to unlock the target. All right, that's cool. Can't wait to see the open world. You decide whether to play a shinobi or samurai. Master complementary playstyles with 2 fully realised... That's an interesting sentence. So, no, hey, you know I love Odyssey, but it didn't matter which protagonist you picked. It was the same dialogue. The world reacted the same to you. So it wasn't like you were a woman in a man's world when you were Cassandra and a man in a man's world when you were Alexios. It was an identical approach. This is interesting. So you'll get perhaps different dialogue or different quests or different reactions to your presence. Approach quests with whichever character you prefer. Each possesses... What does that mean, I wonder, for replayability? Can I replay a mission? Is there going to be a memory? I don't think it'll be in there. I think they've moved away from that, but I want there to be a memory tracker where I can replay missions and memories. Okay. Naoi, trained as a shinobi assassin. Naoi sets out to travel through Japan on a quest for revenge. Yasuke, after completing his training to become a skilled samurai, Yasuke finds a new purpose, confronting the demons of his past. All right. Okay, very cool. It's the one thing I'll say is it's the only... In fact, even the collectors, does that... I bet that doesn't include physical disc. It just includes it as the box, doesn't it?
Probably.
Yeah, all right.
Madness.
Okay. Very interesting. I mean... I'm so excited. I gotta be honest with you. So what else? What else has been shared, Chris? What have I missed?
I don't know. Been going at it all day. Just lots of wee bits of information here and there. I know. I think IGN have got. They got quite a lot of access, so I think they've got a lot of information.
Okay.
So it may be worth checking out.
Yeah, let's go take
article.
a look.
I've not looked at it myself, but I had seen
Okay, an IGN exclusive on the new Splinter Cell-like stealth systems.
Ooh.
Dynamic weather
right.
and gameplay altering seasons. Okay, let's have a quick read through. I can't wait. Let's scroll down through this article. So this is from... So IGN attended a presentation by Mark Alexis Cote, the executive producer of the franchise. Detailed digital recreation of Japan. Portuguese merchants, Jesuit missionaries. If you love this year's Shogun TV series, then Assassin's Creed Shadows is poised to let you buy. Yes, yeah. I really, really did. Have you watched any more of that, by the way, Chris?
No, but I'm going to now.
Okay, very good. Exclusive tour of the Quebec studio. So these are the screenshots. Yeah, we've seen, I think, all of these. I'm just going to quickly... Okay, that's more of a... That's outside a city. Okay, let's go back to the article. I'm going to read this more thoroughly later, but I'm just going to have a quick scroll through just to pick out any... Okay, Strike from the Shadows. Shadows will explore a tale of honour, justice and belonging. Replicating the format of 2015's Assassin's Creed Syndicate, Shadows will feature 2 unique protagonists played in tandem. Starring alongside Yasuke's Naui, a swift and agile shinobi whose talents more closely align with the Assassin's Creed traditional hero archetype. Okay. Fictional daughter of real historical figure Fujibayashi Nagato. She's the hidden blade in the shadows. I mean, that's the character I want to play as. Okay. Yep. Dynamic lighting system. Okay. Radiance from sunlight, torches and lanterns can illuminate both the land and you. Escape into the shadows, though, and you're invisible. That's what it is, mate. If you can't escape the light, you can snuff it out. Oh, awesome. Lamps their carriers can be eliminated to create pools of darkness. If, like me, you were raised on Splinter Cell, this is all very enticing.
Right.
Parkour. Parkour has always been something that's pretty iconic and pretty core to the stealth experience because they go hand in hand, adds Jonathan Dumont. Now, this is alleged abuser, a bully, and all-round not nice guy, Jonathan Dumont. Anyway.
Is he still there?
Uh-huh. Fuck's sake. To enhance the parkour, the team has given Naui a grappling hook. It's all physics-based, so there's a little bit of improbability sometimes when using it.
That's interesting.
There's danger to using it, but you could also perform assassinations from it. It's his presence just... These shinobi skills make Naui the ideal choice for players who want to get back to an Assassin's Creed that's actually about assassins. But the sneaking systems also pull on other aspects of the stealth genre that Creed has typically ignored. For instance, enemies can now be knocked out. I mean, we could do that in earlier games, but it's not been part of the games for a while.
Do that.
Yeah.
I mean, technically you could even do it in Origins before you were given your hidden blade. You would just knock them out.
True. Unlocking the option for more pacifist playthrough. Concept art?
Nah, kill them all.
This is the kind of character I want to roleplay as. Simple clothes, sort of blend into the crowd. Obviously, the flashy armour is cool, but I want to disappear. And I want a big straw hat. That's me.
Yeah. I'm Team Shinobi all the way.
Yeah, absolutely. Robust combat experience. You want the combat to feel spectacular. So we've pushed quite a bit on having a lot of objects destructible or sliceable, like you said. The upgraded Anvil engine can realistically replicate the damage caused by every type of weapon, from accurate sword slices to perfect arrow puncture marks. Think fruit. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, the real samurai fantasy comes alive in Kurosawa-like duels.
It's like Ghost of Tsushima then.
Oh, okay. No, there's an update on Nova, so she can get the digital Ultimate Edition, but not the Collector's Edition, since you're getting a new GP. Yeah, I understand. Okay, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough. You know,
it's still good.
Yeah. When we have a mini boss type of fighter, we want it to really feel like a duel. So there's this exchange of blocking, parrying, and dodging. Okay. Each character has a number of personal quests in which they are compulsory to play as, like Syndicate. But beyond that, you can freely choose who you control. So these are that suggests to me then that if you want, you can play the main story entirely as one or the other, which you couldn't do in Syndicate. There were certain main story missions, quests, whatever, memories that you had to do as Jacob or Evie. Beyond that, you can freely choose. Okay. This goes as far as being able to switch characters between objectives. All right.
That's cool.
Um,
So, like, do certain parts of the mission as one character, and then switch.
That's the beauty, says producer Carl One. During a quest, there are several steps, and you're going from one place to another. You want to have this autonomy. So I guess then, if you switch between objectives, I guess the other character becomes an AI NPC, and they will just follow you or move from place to place. So you can switch back to them further along.
Yeah.
I wonder how that'll actually play out. Or
'Cause I was thinking maybe like Grand Theft Auto 5, where you switch from one to the other, and it kind of just jumps over the map to the other person. But then it's like, yeah, the AI takes over, and then I think the character just goes off and does something.
yeah,
Sure.
absolutely. Bob ASDF123 says, I hope they focus on stealth and combat. Considering in Mirage the stealth was great at the expense of the combat. I think they're doing exactly that. We've got one character who'll be stealth focused and one who'll be melee focused. Honestly though, yeah, Mirage's melee combat wasn't difficult, but I liked it.
It's a timing thing, really.
Yeah, it was fine.
That was that, really.
Seasonal gameplay, a living reactive world, dynamic lighting. I wonder if that means... No, it probably doesn't. Seasons. The open world progresses through spring, summer, autumn, winter. Each new period bringing its own weather conditions. While this helps lend a sense of realism, dynamic winds will procedurally blow swirls of pollen, pull leaves from branches. We've been pushing to make sure that gameplay and art are not separate, but they're intertwining. In summer, you can use the new prone stance to crawl into a pond and hide beneath the surface of the water, but in the winter, the pond will be frozen over. You create new and you remove at the same time different ways and routes of infiltration. And the thing is, if we've got that kind of variety, we want to replay these missions, surely. Okay,
Yeah.
Bushes become leafy, so you can crouch behind them. Winter kills off these hiding spots. That's nice. There'll be a balance. Maybe in winter there'll be certain advantages, certain disadvantages in summer. You know?
So then it keeps mentioning winter. So then it has seasons then?
Yeah, it does.
So then
Yes.
does a certain amount of time just pass in game and then it just changes season or something?
So that's a good point, and that's what it says down here. So, and I know what you're watching on the live stream is a few seconds behind, but that's what this paragraph says. So seasons will change based on your progress through the campaign, which is to ensure the world stays as authentic as possible to match historical events. If it was spring, when a certain moment occurred in history, the world would be in the right place. But when in the open world, it might happen that you play a quest in autumn, and I will play the same quest, and I'm going to be in the summer. Okay, so
fair enough.
it's probably a fair compromise between the different systems. These wallpapers are cool. As part of the creators program, have you been sent any high-res versions of these different graphics and images?
Yeah, I'll dump them all later.
Please do, my friend.
I've only put out 3 posts so far.
No worries.
And that was me just taking the things that off the bat that I thought were really interesting, and I thought, right, okay, I'll get them out now.
Yeah.
And then I'll do this stream, and then I'll get some more stuff out.
Yeah.
But
So-
I've got all these. I can dump them all onto Discord and that, and I'll put them on Twitter
Yes,
and
please.
stuff as well.
Yes, please. Nova says she was thinking could be like GTA 5 as well. I've never played a GTA game.
That's alright.
Lena says she loves the combat in Mirage. It's more realistic than Odyssey when you can just eliminate huge groups of enemies. I love that too, but in Mirage it's just so well done. Really looking forward to seeing more of this game. Yeah, absolutely. While Ubisoft is very open to talk about Shadow's setting, protagonists and world, it's not yet ready to talk about what you actually do. Yes. What little they say points to a more open, non-linear approach. It's a format that instantly calls to mind the structure of last year's Mirage or the Cult of Cosmos web of targets that you hunted down in Odyssey. You're free to track your prey in any order. I would like that personally. And what I liked about Odyssey is you could just stumble across your targets sometimes.
Yeah.
Some had, you know, quest lines and certain things you had to do. Some you needed to find them to then unlock for others, but some of them they were just chilling, and you could go and
Yes.
assassinate them. And I
You
liked
would
that.
like be already in killing the bad guys in a place, and then then it would like come up because he's just ran right in front of you. But oh, actually, he's a target. Get him.
Okay. The campaign is still objective based, but players will have a little more agency in how they go about things. Okay. Okay, this is a change made to Assassin's Creed iconic synchronization points. Visiting them in previous games used to plot up to a dozen new objective markers. In Shadows, there's simply vantage points to be climbed, from which you can look around and spot highlighted. So I suppose the game's asking you to do a bit more and think a bit more, you know, investigate more. If it's going to do that, I would say it needs to be a bit of a smaller scale, because you're having to put more effort into each part of the story, which is fine. I'm up for that. But then I don't want it to be like 50 targets. It takes 200 hours to complete because you're having to do a lot of very detailed investigation. Okay, and the rest of it's just...
It better still synchronise when you do it, or I'll be annoyed.
Yes, yes.
That's like a staple.
I watch a designer take Yasuke for a test drive to showcase his combat abilities. It's a far cry, from the perfect shinobi swordplay of Sekiro, but does look like an appropriately retooled version of Assassin's Creed's RPG fight system. I need a bit of water, excuse me a sec.
Sounds alright to me. Probably it'll have enough parrying and stuff in it to make it quite flashy and quick.
The developer then switches to Naui, who fends off a group of attackers using a kusarigama, swinging its... that's the ball on the chain. Swinging its chain in wide arcs to enforce space between her and her foes. At another desk, Naui takes down unsuspecting foes by hiding in their rafters, and impales enemies through shoji paper doors. Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Alright. I'm happy. Oh, I might have to buy the collector's edition. Fucking hell. Adam is a bad influence. I'm going to tell him that when we see him at the...
Quite a few people have bought it. I think I've seen about 12 different people like, oh, I've bought it. Like,
yeah. Oh, fine. Well, it can be my Christmas present from my wife. There you go. Nova, if you don't have a Christmas present yet, then this is your Christmas present, okay? Do you know what, Nova? He probably has already bought it, but just not telling you. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm setting up trouble here. Okay, well, honestly, I like what I've seen. I obviously can't wait to see more. Yeah. It's going to be a long 6 months. It really is. It really
Hopefully
is.
it'll go by quick, and there's plenty to do until then. So.
Yep, and it's November the 15th. The fact they're announcing it this early is interesting. I mean, I know it could change, but that's pretty strong commitment, I would say, that they think they'll launch on time.
It's been in development quite a long time, that's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. So Odyssey was 18, Odyssey expansion was 19. When did Immortals Phoenix Rising release? Was it 2020 or 21?
Oh, I'm not sure actually.
Let's have a quick look, because 2020. Wow, they did that fast after. So potentially, I mean, I know that all of the games are multi-studio efforts. There's always dev teams from different studios contributing. After this, they did the crossover, although that was a smaller scale piece of work. But I mean, you'd have to say they've had 3 to 4 years, almost full time, working on this. So yeah, quite a while. All right, mate. I think we'll leave the stream there because there's not much more we can look at right now. Ninja says they announced the Valhalla launch date this early too. Yeah, you're right, and that's a good point. It was only Mirage that had a bit of trouble because Mirage's date did move around quite a bit, didn't it? Anyway, do you know what? If it's delayed, I don't mind. you know, I'd rather the game is released in a good state than hit some arbitrary
Yeah.
date. And of course, they want to get the Christmas sales. I get it.
Absolutely.
But I'd rather have a high quality release. Anyway, Nova says she's glad it's releasing later. It gives me plenty of time to complete. Okay, you haven't finished Valhalla. Right. Good luck.
Take a minute, that.
Yeah. All right. We're going to leave the stream there. It's been great to watch this trailer back, have a first look at the characters. And read some of the other materials. So we're going to shut the stream down. Thanks for joining, Chris. Thanks for joining me, mate, and sharing some extra insights and all the rest of it.
Yeah, anytime.
All right. Have a good one, everyone, and we'll see you soon.
See you later.